connects all the dots. And so how's the team now? And then you mentioned something about the culture, and just briefly, when we were talking earlier, how are you managing in terms of COVID times? How are you doing that? How are the parents coping up? Just a brief overview of that.
I think first thing I'll start with the parents, because we are a parent first company. We always say that, all our decisions are filtered with that same ethos that if it is right for the parent and the child, then let's pass through other filters. From parents' point of view, our senses, it has been really demanding because of especially urban parents. It has been really demanding because for children, especially, social isolation has been very, very tough. While for adults also it's not been easy, but for a child especially it has been very tough because they're not able to go back to school, preschool. They're not able to go out with their friends, play. It has, and the gap has been like for quite some time now. It's turned to several months. While now things are opening up and children are getting to go down and play, schools are not opening anytime soon. Preschools are not opening anytime soon. Screen learning is good because there's learning continuity from that point of view, but there are some side effects of that as well because it's really strenuous for a child. It's not easy for a child to be in front of the screen for hours together, right? So those are some of the challenges which parents have. And what we've noticed is there's a change in behavior of children through COVID, which parents are now bringing forward and talking to our experts about. And one of the biggest changes that children are either not able to express as they were able to express earlier, or they are getting irritated or have become shorter tempered compared to earlier. So those are some of the things which we've seen from parents' point of view. Also, not being able to step out for a hospital or a clinic visit has affected pregnant parents, right, for their tests and vaccinations. And you are a parent of two really, really young children, right? So for example, not being able to take your child out to the park with you, or not being able to take them out to a clinic for a doctor's visit and stuff as often as you would like to. I think those things have really affected. So
Yeah, I mean,
we've
there was some
transformed.
vaccination which was much overdue in our case also, and we really had to, figure out some balls to go. I mean, to a doctor and make sure that they are taking care of everything. And for pregnant parents, obviously, I can't even imagine. I mean, my wife is so particular about everything, and so are a lot of women. I guess all of the mothers, aspiring mothers, more than men, I would presume. And in that sense, how to manage it perfectly, because you want it to be absolutely perfect. So that kind of help and support which Parentune is giving in right now, I think it's really, really marvelous.
So we actually transformed, through COVID times, Amit, we transformed. While we used to do these workshops, we started doing these live workshops every day. And, someone would think more of it as an event, but for us, actually, it is like bridging the problem which parents are facing. And we took a pledge at that point of time that we will cluster these problems and we'll not give up during this time. And imagine now the other part of it, what you said, right? The challenging part for the team. Everyone is working remotely, working from home. We are a compact team, and the doctors are working, all our experts are working from their clinics and stuff like that. Our content team is working remotely. Our influencers are spread across India. Now, how do you manage that? Fortunately for us, we were working remotely with a lot of our teammates, especially our ambassadors, the influencers on Parentune, and doctors across India. So in this time, I think that experience really helped us. And the team, because they had that experience of interacting remotely and online, I think we eased into it. And in fact, we went into work from home mode much earlier than the lockdown. I think that also helped. So there was no panic. Also, as a team, we have this, quality or a virtue of thinking much ahead and preparing for a bad time. And actually, we could have, our feeling was we are going to get wiped out, right? Like a lot of, entrepreneurs thought what is going to happen. Everything was uncertain. So we had to prepare. So we changed a lot of our modeling in terms of our P&L around that how would our cost play out. We had, fortunately, we had long-term partnerships with our business partners, so that really helped. Our supply side of partners, which is service providers, that really helped because we had long-term relationships. So I think the big thing which I realized was these long-term relationships, which are with clients or with your service provider. I think that comes into picture here. And if you are all together in it, and if you have a collaborative ecosystem around you, I think then you thrive, and you can sail through these kind of situations. But from a culture perspective, what really helped us is, our culture code is learn, fun, and speed. Those three words. So learn from your experiences, learn from each other, learn from the challenges which are coming at us every day. But don't forget to have fun and enjoy the moment, enjoy your wins, enjoy your learning. There's nothing like failure. You learn, like they say, I learn or I win. There's no I don't lose, right? So in every failure, so we actually strongly see that in our culture, and that really helps. And we fail every day. One of us has a low sort of a result or something which didn't work. But I think that culture really helped us, because that has built resilient in the team, right?
I
So
really also
there
loved
was this.
the part that you were sharing, the fun timeouts through the week, and that you've now made it twice a week,
Yeah,
through some of the team feedbacks. I think that is really brilliant for the team to, just have some unplugged sessions through the week.
yeah,
Then
that's true.
certainly, I think those breaks are really important and crucial, I would say. I mean, having lunch together or whatever, that's really crucial for the overall team, building, because then you get to relate to each other, not in just a professional sense, because I mean,
Yeah,
when it's such a small team, it's really close knit, and obviously things cross on the person professional. And also I love the
completely
part
agreed.
when you said that in your company you I mean you basically promote more quality than quantity of time that your team spends. So I think those are really brilliant things. I mean, those are really fantastic. I think automatically you become you attract the right kind of people with that open culture, and you retain the right kind of people in that open culture, I would presume.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is what we've seen in the past, and the part which you were talking about, fun session, is where one of the teammate comes forward with a fun activity and everyone comes together and plays it. So while pre-COVID we had it offline and we used to have these physical activities, when COVID happened, one of the first things which team came up was that, okay, let's do online fun session, and we started doing it. Somewhere around April, the team said, because we have an open culture where we share things. So someone said in the team, "So do you think we can do fun session twice?" And I remember I was in that huddle, and we instantly started. From the next week itself, we started doing it twice, and that actually helped us a lot. So now we do it on Tuesday and Friday, half an hour, and every time a new activity is done, and not even one activity is getting repeated. And it's so much of it's unwinding and just relaxing together with the team. It's more like a bonding and fun time together, and I agree with you, it helps. It really helps. It's better than downtime, by the way.
Fantastic, Nitin. I think we've talked most of the aspects that we had in mind, and thank you so much again for articulating everything. Would you like to leave us with some closing thoughts on whatever your journey has given you? I mean, obviously we've learned a lot through the earlier journey that you've shared. But if you were to share something which is most valuable to you in this whole journey, what would that be?
I think purpose, like what you genuinely believe in, what drives you, and whatever time we put behind that, it comes out with passion. And when you are really passionate, and you're compelled to do something, and you of course you need to be good at it, but you also need people. You need to be able to acknowledge and build diverse set of people around it, of course. But I think for me, purpose has really been my biggest happiness out of all of this, because once you have that purpose very clear, where you want to be, if you're building a global parents network, or if you're building a parents network which will become a must have for each parent, imagine the kind of impact you can make on people's life, right? To me, that has been the biggest gift of entrepreneurship. It's not the anyways, I'm not so popular, not seen out there much, but it's not the money for me personally. It's Parentune success in terms of top line, profitability, yes. But personally, the biggest for me is this happiness of making that impact, which could be really, really large and can have impact on generations to come. I think that is what really excites me.
Fantastic. I think, purpose is obviously something which is bigger than your own self. So I think if
Yeah.
that is something which you are aspiring in your life, I think, I'm sure, and obviously it's visible through the results. And obviously you're a media shy person, so not much goes around in media about you, but obviously what you're building here, and a lot of people who are building don't get seen much. So I think that is nothing, to be of concern here with us. And again, thank you so much, Nitin, for giving us this time, for the wonderful tidbits from your journey, learning, all the inside out, outside in approach, and whatever matters to you the most. It's been really thrilling, enjoying, and I've had goosebumps through these discussions because of being you've been so candid with us. Thank you so much, Nitin, and look forward to staying in touch.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Amit. Bye.
Thank you.